Nick makes a risky move after Phyllis breaks down, and spoiler gets a call from Aristotle Dumas. When Sally arrives at Billy's, she's impressed by the kiss he gives her. That was his way of apologizing if he made her feel like she was pushed out when Phyllis was there earlier. Spectra didn't feel that way at all. She can understand why Phyllis would need to talk to him after what she went through. He's glad to hear that and doesn't want any secrets between them. She wonders if Phyllis was asking him to keep one. Billy explains she didn't ask, but their exes kept a big secret from them, so he knows honesty means a lot to them. Sally confirms it. Honesty is a requirement. Billy and Sally sit down and he explains Phyllis just wanted to talk about all the ideas she had for the company. They are part of what got her through her ordeal. He assumed she also wanted to come by and thank him for saving her life. Downplaying his role in the rescue, Billy admits he can't stop thinking of what would have happened if they got there 5 minutes later. Isn't it some sort of cosmic rule that when you save someone's life you are bonded to them forever? Sally asks. Billy jokes there's an old movie about that where the guy eventually has to start hiding from the person he saved. Sally can understand he was just being a good friend to Phyllis. He'll admit that he's a little worried. The worst isn't over for Phyllis. Whoever did this to her is still out there and he can only hope that he's found and locked up. No matter how tough Phyllis may be, it seems to Billy that something cracked inside her when she was held with Sharon. As Billy pours rinks, he explains that Phyllis wants everyone to think she's tough. He's sure she is, but she still bleeds like anyone else. They've had their moments over the years and not all good ones. They are a lot alike, and that's why they've always made better friends or colleagues than anything else. Billy doesn't want to talk about Phyllis anymore. He wants to focus on Sally and begins suggesting things they can do with their evening. After some kisses, she says dinner can wait. Nick's plan to help Phyllis. As Phyllis fitfully sleeps on the sofa in her suite, she dreams of being trapped in the clinic with Sharon. She wakes up at the sound of someone rapping on her door. She opens it and finds Summer standing there with Nick. They notice she's looking disheveled. "I'm good," Phyllis insists. She doesn't need them checking in on her every 2 minutes. When she admits she was having a dream, they assume it was about her being locked up by a maniac. Rubbing her face, Phyllis asks them to let her go back to sleep. She needs her rest and they don't need to worry. "I don't need to be babysat," she protests. As she tries to shut the door on them, they push in. They want to help and think she needs to stop pretending things are normal. She should get help. Phyllis explains the EMTs checked her out and she got a clean bill of health. Nick reminds her she was poisoned, but his ex insists that she's good now. Phyllis repeats that she's fine, but this is all frustrating. "You don't know what I'm going through," she yells at them. Not only was she held captive, but she was held captive with someone she despises, who is sick enough to force her to save Sharon's life after all the suffering she's caused her family. Nick says that the police are looking for clues. When he brings up Sharon going through the same thing she did, Phyllis urges him to go and hold his other ex's hand. Nick wants them all to heal. Nick urges her to lean on the people who care about her. Phyllis begins screaming and crying. As Nick holds her, she begs him to make how she feels stop. Once she calms down a little and sits, Phyllis apologizes for acting like a blubbering idiot. Her daughter says it's okay to be vulnerable. Phyllis admits that she and Sharon did change. They were made to save each other's lives and keep each other sane. Nick thinks that's a good thing. Shaking her head, Phyllis explains that Sharon has been her enemy for most of her adult life. They spent so much energy plotting against each other. What does she do without those feelings now? Do the feelings just go away? How is she supposed to process this? While she blows her nose, her daughter tells her no one expects her to immediately resume a normal life. Phyllis can see she owes Sharon her life, but still resents what she did to their family. Nick and their daughter tell her it is just a step to changing. Phyllis assumes that everyone thinks she's holding on to her anger. She'll admit that Sharon is not.